Welcome to Surviving Holiday Stress, Tips and Tools for a More Enjoyable Season. I'm Art Davalos-Matthews, your Arizona campus counselor. So all you've been thinking about for the last several weeks is making it to the end of the quarter, passing finals, and having some well-deserved time off. But wait a minute, the winter break doesn't always mean a vacation from stress for everyone. Traveling, spending time with family, financial realities, and overindulging during the holidays bring their own sources of stress. It's clear the need for managing stress doesn't go away just because you get a break from classes. Wherever you go, there you are, so your stress will likely come along with you. Here are some of the ways that you can manage your stress a little better, and I hope you'll keep watching as I go into each one in more detail. As always, activity seems to be the go-to intervention for managing stress and feeling relaxed. So be active, but don't overdo it. Take a few minutes for a brisk walk, hit the gym. Just taking a few minutes is better than not doing anything active at all. 20 to 30 minutes 3 times a week would be great, but don't judge or punish yourself for not running a marathon. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. Take time for yourself to relax and recuperate. Getting extra sleep to overcome sleep deprivation may seem like the right thing to do, but a recent Harvard Medical School study found it's nearly impossible to catch up on sleep to improve performance. Keeping close to the same bedtime and wake time schedule, even on weekends, and improving the quality of sleep seem to be more important. Other ways to get rest include giving yourself permission to say no. Too often we get overextended thinking we will get so much done on break. Avoid the urge to participate in everything. Be judicious. Don't worry or rush. Be methodical and efficient. Remind yourself this is not a crisis or an emergency. And spending 15 minutes alone may be all you need to de-stress and handle what you need to do. Some of you may be headed to families or situations that involve conflict, dysfunction, or demanding people. Give yourself permission to get out by creating an escape plan ahead of time. Decide what your boundaries are and who you need to be wary of. Script and rehearse what you're going to say. Enlist an ally or an accomplice, and accept that people may be unhappy with you. Many students find returning to classes after break immensely difficult because they've had a break from their routine. They discover they have to fight the urge to veg out like they did on break. So keep to your same sleep and wake times as you did during classes. Keep your meal times similar to the extent that you have control, and engage in at least some light reading and review to maintain practice. Doing for others means getting off the couch, out of the house, and with other people. We're hardwired for face-to-face contact, and that includes lots of touch, eye contact, and smiles. These interactions release oxytocin, which helps us bond and care for others, and helps us handle stress better. It can also lead to feeling appreciated, respected, and acknowledged. It helps us to reconnect with our purpose. However, volunteering can be harmful for those who give too much of their time and energy. Let's be realistic. The holidays don't have to be perfect or just like last year. As families change and grow, traditions and rituals often change as well. So create new traditions. Focus on getting your ideals into practice, not creating an ideal experience. Gratitude puts situations into perspective. When we can see the good as well as the bad, it becomes more difficult to complain and stay stuck. Gratitude helps us realize what we have. This can lessen our need for wanting more all the time. Gratitude strengthens relationships, improves health, reduces stress, and in general, makes us happier. So to exercise that, take time to notice your reasons to be grateful. Make a list of those reasons. Look for good aspects in negative situations or people. Strive for humility. Be modest and respectful. Compliment others. Look for the lesson in adversity. Vow to not complain, criticize, or gossip. Communicate happiness. And donate money or time or your talent to a cause you believe in. Cognitive behavioral therapists believe we are what we think, and that we tend to let our brains do the thinking for us. But our brains can't always be trusted. We go on autopilot, so to speak, and that, for many of us, is dangerous because we tend to worry and ruminate on the things we don't like, or what ought to be different, or what we need to do to prevent future pain and suffering. The opposite of this experience is mindfulness, defined by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn as paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. By doing so, we experience the present moment and avoid the extreme emotions created by catastrophizing about the future or ruminating about the past. We can live a more mindful existence by engaging in mindful breathing, mindfully completing chores, or mindful walking practice. Remember that accept is a verb. It's an active process and one that must be practiced consciously. It's rare that one day we choose to accept our emotional or physical pain, our bodies, our difficult relationships, or our pasts, and never think about them again. Acceptance requires effort most of the time, at least initially, and we can feel frustrated trying to practice acceptance. Accept that sadness and grief are normal parts of the holiday experience. People move on or pass away. Things change. You can't force yourself to be happy just because it's the holiday season. Practice acceptance of the challenges you're having practicing acceptance. It's natural to vacillate back and forth between feelings of acceptance and feelings of resistance. Make space for the spectrum of experience and notice your internal critic. Practice compassion to yourself alongside acceptance. Practicing acceptance does not necessarily mean you won't be able to make a change. You can accept your body and still change it. Accept your emotions and acknowledge their impermanence. And accept your behavior one day when it might change tomorrow. The world is filled with opportunities to indulge, and never is that more the case than during the holidays. Gatherings of people often mean the abundance of food and possibly drink. You have a perfect right to indulge, but the freedom to do so comes with a great responsibility to your overall self-care and goals you have for yourself or for the break. To practice moderation, use small plates, eat slowly, and sit while eating. Sit away from the buffet line so it's not in your line of vision. Chew food completely, savoring the flavors and the textures. Remember mindfulness. Eat something before you drink alcohol, and alternate alcoholic drinks with non-alcoholic drinks. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you found it helpful. If you need more support, contact one of the resources listed here or call your campus counselor for help locating services in your area. Always dial 911 in the event of a mental health emergency or go to your local hospital emergency department. Thanks again. We'll see you in the new year.